Thank you. Please go ahead.
Bernadette Ariano on behalf of the California Children's Hospital Association, representing the 8 private not-for-profit children's hospitals in California, in very strong support.
Thank you very much.
Brian Warren with the California Pharmacists Association in support.
Thank you.
Eva, clinical pharmacist practicing at hospital in LA. I'm speaking on behalf of California Pharmacists Association in support.
Thank you.
April Nguyen, student pharmacist from University of the Pacific, speaking in strong support.
Thank you.
Justin Garrett with March of Dimes in strong support.
Thank you.
David Jones, Pasadena Department of Health and Pasadena City in strong support. My mother-in-law is a polio survivor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Farrah McDay-Ting from the California State Association of Counties, representing California's 58 counties in support.
Thank you.
Christopher Castrillo on behalf of the City of Beverly Hills in support.
Thank you.
Jennifer Floyd, clinical pharmacist in San Diego, in support.
Thank you.
Brandon Roberts here on behalf of the Health Officers Association of California. We're standing in support.
Thank you.
Sarah Lorraine Morris-Egan, student pharmacist at University of Pacific. I support.
Thank you.
Catherine Flores Martin, Director for the California Immunization Coalition, in strong support.
Thank you.
Jane Liu, practicing pediatric pharmacist, also with CSHP, California Society of Health System Pharmacists, in strong support.
Thank you.
Jackie Chow, student pharmacist from University of the Pacific, in strong support.
Thank you.
Connie Lin, student pharmacist from University of the Pacific, in strong support.
Thank you.
Michelle Park, University of the Pacific, pharmacy student in support.
Thank you.
Janet Yoon, student pharmacist from the University of the Pacific, in strong support.
Thank you.
James Urbastando, student pharmacist, University of the Pacific, in strong support.
Thank you.
Davo, clinical pharmacist at Gardena Memorial, in strong support.
Thank you very much.
Mandy Lang, UCSD student pharmacist and support.
Thank you.
Justin Coe, student pharmacist, California North State University, strongly support.
Thank you.
Tatip Kirikostian, student pharmacist from California North State University College of Pharmacy, in support.
Thank you.
Christine Bulo, student pharmacist from University of California, San Francisco, in support.
Thank you.
Stephen Samuels, student pharmacist at the University of California, San Francisco, in strong support.
Thank you.
My name is Trevor Klein. I'm a first-year medical student at the UC Davis School of Medicine. I speak for hundreds of my colleagues who couldn't be here today, and we passionately support this bill.
Thank you very much.
Sally Zen, I'm a graduating medical student at the UC Davis School of Medicine, and I strongly support.
Thank you.
Phil Buss, graduating medical student from the UC Davis School of Medicine, and I strongly support.
Thank you very much.
Kate Brown, former employee of the California Department of Public Health Infectious Disease, and also graduating medical student for family medicine. Strongly support.
Thank you.
Laura Sheck, medical student at UC Davis, strongly support this bill.
Thank you.
John Paul Bubishara, medical student at UC Davis, in strong support.
Thank you.
Amy Alfieri, mother of 2 small children from West Sacramento, in strong support.
Thank you.
Erica Rohr Luke from Woodland, California. I am a mother of 3. I am an executive board member of my school site's PTA board, and also an executive board member for my parent cooperative nursery school. I strongly support and appreciate this bill.
Thank you very much.
I'm Dr. Lincoln Russin from Santa Cruz. I strongly support this bill and encourage you to pass it.
Thank you so much.
Jody Hicks, on behalf of the California Academy of Family Physicians, representing 9,000 family physicians in California, in strong support. And I also want to say Jody Hicks, as an individual, mother of 3 children, also in strong support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Liz Dietz, grandmother of 6 fully vaccinated children, speaking for my entire family, we strongly support this bill.
Thank you.
Alicia Sanchez, on behalf of the California Medical Association, who's proud to be a co-sponsor on this piece of legislation.
Thank you.
Marianne Massenberg, representing UAW Local 5810, representing 6,500 postdoctoral scholars, scientists at all campuses of the University of California. Thank you.
Thank
Strong
you.
support.
Thank you.
Claire Lipschultz with the National Council of Jewish Women, California, and a mother of 2, and we strongly support this bill.
Thank you so much.
Nicole Wertelman on behalf of the Alameda County Board of Supervisors, also in support.
Thank you. Any other witnesses in support? All right, if the opposition would like to step forward. And again, 15 minutes. No problem.
You know what you guys aren't going to do?
What about this? Does there these?
No problems. No problems. No problems. Okay. We'll give you a second here to regroup.
Press the button.
Press the button. Is there anyone else who's going to use part of that 15 minutes?
The two of us.
Okay, I'll give you a chance to catch your seat, catch your breath. All righty?
Thank you very much, Madam Chairman. I'd like to start with a few legal facts.
Why don't you tell us your name? And
I'm sorry, yes. My name is Mary Holland. I'm a research scholar at New York University School of Law. I direct a program for foreign lawyers on basic American law skills. My views do not necessarily represent those of the university. I've clerked in a federal court. I've worked for an international human rights organization. I practice international transactional law. In the past several years, I've written several law review articles and co-edited and co-authored a book on vaccines. And I respect deeply your interest in protecting the public health, and I recognize that 5 of you are on record supporting SB 277. I'd like to give you just a few basic facts about vaccines before I tell you what I consider to be the 4 serious flaws with the bill. The basic facts about vaccines are that as a legal matter, they are considered, like all prescription drugs, unavoidably unsafe. Because of that, in 1986, Congress passed the National Vaccine Injury Act, which created a federal compensation program. And that program has paid out $3 billion and has compensated over 3,000 victims, including approximately 150 who have died from vaccines. In that 1986 law, Congress gave virtually blanket liability protection to vaccine manufacturers and to healthcare practitioners who administer vaccines. And in 2012, the Supreme Court, the U.S. Supreme Court, in interpreting that law, held that no court in the country may hear a claim for vaccine design defect. So this is a product. These are commercial products. Some of them have but one manufacturer, and they are extraordinarily insulated from any kind of legal liability. So with that, let me turn to the 4 problems I see with SB 277. First, there's the problem with informed consent. Medical informed consent. Second, there is the problem that this is a California fundamental right to a public education. This is not federal law, it's state law. Third is the problem with equal protection and discrimination. And fourth is the requirement of legislative authority for vaccination mandates. By contrast with the current bill, AB 2109, which is now law, works and strikes the appropriate balance on all 4 factors. If it's not broken, don't fix it. I don't believe SB 277 should pass out of committee, and I do believe that 2109 strikes the right balance. So on the 4 points, 1, informed consent. The global standard for ethical modern medicine is prior, free, and informed consent for all medical interventions, including preventive ones. The United States endorsed this UNESCO declaration in 2005. It's called the Universal Declaration on Human Rights and Bioethics. What you currently have in place, AB 2109, ensures a measure of choice. To be sure, it's a burdened choice. Parents have to fill out a form, they have to get counseling from a doctor, but a parent with a strong religious or other conviction may opt out, and it is a very, very small percentage of parents that do so. It's under 3%. Without some measure of realistic choice, and I do not believe that medical exemptions or homeschooling present viable options for the majority of those who have resolute convictions against vaccination. This bill will be coercive, and parents will be vaccinating their children under duress, invalidating any notion of informed consent. In employment, lack of consent is forced labor. In military service, it's conscription. In contracts, it leads to invalid contracts. In intimate relations, it's called rape. And in medical treatment, it's battery.
Whoa, wait a minute, wait a second. Rape's a loaded word, and as the chair of the Legislative Women's Caucus, I don't take the use of that word lightly. So,
I don't either.
So, well, to analogize this to rape, I think is a little bit off the rails.
Well,
so let me ask you a question, if I may. I want to bring it back. Are there any cases that you can cite that on informed consent that refer to vaccinations of children before going to school?
I'm not sure I understand your question. I'm sorry.
The question is, you talk about informed consent. I'm asking you if you know of any Supreme Court or court cases that call for the vaccination of children before they're going to school as an issue of informed consent.
There are Supreme Court cases on informed consent. I'm not aware of any that specifically at the moment refer to vaccination.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Understood. Okay. And my point is not that this is forced vaccination, but my point is that it is coercive, and that parents are now, if you pass SB 277, they will be deciding to vaccinate under duress if homeschooling and medical exemptions are unavailable to them.
I understand. I'm trying to get the direct connection.
Okay.
Are there any cases that refer to this? Make that analogy.
Not on a federal level that I'm aware of.
Any in the California that you're aware of?
I will get back to you on that. I'm not aware of any. I will get back to you on that point.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the second point is about California's fundamental right to an education. So unlike many states, California guarantees its children the right to a public school education. This is in the Constitution, and it's also been interpreted in Serrano v. Priest. Serrano, which would be the controlling law in a challenge to SB 277, states, "We indulge in no hyperbole to assert that society has a compelling interest in affording children an opportunity to attend school." So it's not merely an education, but it's the right to attend school. And given this compelling interest, courts must apply strict scrutiny in assessing any restrictions on this fundamental right. So as the ACLU letter of concern notes, the current bill provides no explanation why barring unvaccinated or partially vaccinated children reflects a compelling state interest. Currently, the AB 2109 law allows children who are not fully vaccinated to be kept home from school during any disease outbreak. This is the system, the state police power clearly permits that, and this has worked in 48 states for more than 50 years. Well, in all 50 states, in fact. And to date, SB 277 has made no showing that throwing children who are partially vaccinated out of school is the least restrictive means possible to attain its legitimate public health goals. By contrast, existing law strikes the right balance. Students are identified who are partially vaccinated to the school district. They attend school like any other healthy child, and in the event of a vaccine-targeted illnesses, they must self-quarantine or they will be restricted from attending school. There can be little doubt that if SB 277 goes forward and becomes law, it will be challenged in state and federal courts. This bill does not meet California's high bar. Professor Rice talked about the federal standards. It doesn't meet California's bar. And it seems to me that it's important that this committee...
If it doesn't, I'm sorry.
No, please.
If it doesn't meet California's bar, what is the bar that California has?
Sorry.
Let me try to finish.
Sorry.
Pretend I'm the judge here, and you're the attorney, so I get to ask my question without being interrupted. Assuming you say it doesn't meet California's high standard, what case sets California's standard that you're referring to as far as an education? Because there was some reference to Serrano versus Priest and had to deal with access based upon class or race or other things other than vaccinating children.
Right. Serrano v. Priest does not deal explicitly with vaccination, but it does deal with the right to education. And you're right that that was about financing, and that was about trying to equalize financing across different school districts, particularly those that were poorer than others. So it doesn't specifically deal with vaccination, but it does deal with the fundamental right to education. If we are depriving, as SB 277 would, a class of students from access to a public education based on vaccination status, I believe that the compelling interest must be shown, that is the ACLU's view, and that then the state must show that its method to address this compelling interest is the least restrictive possible. That has not yet been done, and it hasn't been shown why AB 2109 is not satisfying the state's compelling interest. And indeed, that is the standard that is being used in 47 other states productively. So, and there's no question that the state has the right to quarantine students in the event of outbreaks. And to the best of my knowledge, despite the outbreak in Disneyland, there were no schools in California that were closed down because the outbreak spread to those schools. So the connection there is not obvious, at least to me. I also want to touch briefly on the legal problems that would arise in taking away education from special needs children under the Individuals with Disability Education Act. Under federal law, special needs children are entitled to a free and public education that includes annual individualized educational plan reviews and a host of special services, including occupational therapy, physical therapy, and speech therapy. Many of the children whose parents are currently enjoy exemptions are special needs children. It seems almost impossible to imagine that homeschooling would be able to satisfy all these requirements. Furthermore, a problem with SB 277 will be in its enforcement. The parents here today are unlikely to comply with the vaccine schedule. They will either be forced, it would violate their covenant with their God or their conscience because rightly or wrongly, they believe that they would be putting their children at risk of severe injury or death by vaccinating them. How will you possibly enforce this with parents who won't vaccinate and cannot, for economic or other reasons, homeschool? Will you be willing to remove the children and force vaccinate them as wards of the state? Will you be willing to throw non-vaccinating parents in prison? And what happens if the state does vaccinate a child whom it has removed and that child is severely or injured or dies? What will the state do?
Where in this bill does it talk about throwing parents in prison?
No, but what will you do with the parents, many of the parents who are...
Now, this is, I'm sorry, but...
I'm saying that
there's nothing in this, I mean, there are enough concerns raised to kind of push it to a level. Now we're talking about putting parents in prison, I think does a disservice to those who oppose this bill. Let's talk about what's in the bill and what isn't, but I don't see any connection. There's no allegation that people are going to get put in prison. So I think you don't do yourself a service by talking about things that are not even within the contemplation of this bill.
I asked rhetorical questions. My question is, what will you do with noncompliance? I think that's a reasonable question.
That's a reasonable question.
That was my question.
To suggest that we're going to put people in prison
I don't know what you will do.
Not, well, that's, this is an appreciative audience, not a vocal audience, or we won't have an audience. So let me just ask the witness who's representing the opposition. It's a rhetorical question, what are you going to do? But to suggest that people are going to be put in prison, I think does a disservice to your cause. So please try to stay within the framework. You can ask rhetorical questions, but not to suggest things that are nowhere contemplated by anybody, in which all they do is inflame this discussion, which doesn't need to be inflamed further. So please.
Okay, thank you. The third point is discrimination and equal protection of the laws. SB 277 stigmatizes and discriminates against a small minority of parents and children who choose to selectively vaccinate or not vaccinate. I do believe that SB 277 would create a kind of segregation in its current form. It would discriminate against children on the basis of their biological vaccination status and not on the basis of any actions or any immediate threat to the public health. It's hard to see how this is distinguishable from other biological characteristics, such as skin color, ethnicity, gender, or sexual orientation. People who are unvaccinated are not walking time bombs of disease. If they're healthy, they're healthy. If they're sick, they must stay home. It's simple, and it's worked for over 50 years. I commend to you immunologist Dr. Tatiana Abukhanich's clear letter reviewing to you, vaccine by vaccine, why healthy unvaccinated children pose no greater risk to the public than any other children. SB 277 also suggests a slippery slope. If you will deprive these children of a public education, what other steps towards segregation might there be? What other steps towards creating herd immunity? We know that separate but equal hasn't worked. Separate but equal, I do think, is what 277 proposes by excluding children who are partially or unvaccinated from school.
Thank you very much. Next witness, you have 5 minutes.
Is it on? Yeah.
This is on.
Thank you. My name is Dr. Tara Zanfleet. I am a licensed pediatrician and internist in San Diego. First, I'll address just a tad here the informed consent I don't know legally, but I know for physicians, there's a vaccine information sheet we are required to give to the parents that have all the side effects and problems that could arise. So that is the informed consent that we doctors are required to give.
Thank you.
I'm mainly here to explain the medical exemptions from a doctor's perspective. Medical exemptions may seem like a really easy, simple thing to do. I mean, if your doctor doesn't recommend the vaccine for your child, well, she simply writes a letter and voila, right? But doctors view a recommendation not to vaccinate or to hold off on vaccinations very differently from a formal exemption on which they will stake their license. And most doctors, given that, will follow the CDC recommendations, the vaccination contraindication list, which is very strict and very narrow. And I've given you that in a handout, so you can follow along if you'd like to check me. For Crohn's disease, there's no exemption. Some chemotherapy treatments that are used for autoimmune diseases like methotrexate, no exemption. Autoimmune diseases like lupus, no exemption. There was a child who almost died of a vaccine allergy, anaphylactic shock. With the exception of that one vaccine, all other vaccines, no exemption. If you have been paralyzed by Guillain-Barré from hepatitis B vaccine like my friend was, no exemption. Immune diseases like neutropenia, CGD, complement deficiency, and IgA deficiency, no exemptions. A sister or a brother of a child who dies of a vaccine allergy, no exemption. Do we really have the right to force a parent to either quit his job, to homeschool, or to vaccinate his second child and face that risk again? And these are the same kids that we are trying to protect with universal vaccination. And even when a medical exemption is granted, the Department of Public Health can disregard it and force a vaccination or a homeschool on a child, as is happening in West Virginia currently, effectively making the state the parent as well as the doctor all in one. Thank you very much for listening.
I have a quick question for you. Would you go back to the sibling exemption?
Yes.
Now, what are the circumstances of that? I'm not a doctor, so if you go into detail, I'd
For a
appreciate
medical
it.
exemption, I need to prove that that specific child has a medical condition that makes it impossible for them to get a vaccination, either for one particular vaccine or for all of them, depending on the condition. Children, unless there's some genetic condition that is proven, a sister or a brother of a child who dies of a vaccine allergy or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
They are not medically exempt. I cannot look at that child in my office and say, you have a medical condition, because they don't. Their brother did, or their sister did, but that child does not. But that mother or that father has to decide then, do I risk my second or third child with giving vaccines that may or may not hurt them? They don't know, but they've already lost one child. Is it fair to them to say, okay, one of you parents has to quit your job and homeschool because you've got to vaccinate that child? That's what some of those personal exemptions are for. Medical exemptions do not cover everything.
Is there any way to determine whether you have an allergy or you're going to have an adverse reaction to these vaccines?
No.
Okay, thank you. Senator Pan, Dr. Pan, if you'd like to respond, you're welcome to. I don't want to leave you hanging, but then I'm going to go with all the other witnesses.
Well, I know that there are going to be many other witnesses, and I thought we were going to take questions later, but I appreciate the opportunity to respond right now. The law is quite clear. The law in California says that a licensed physician can grant a medical exemption, and it's basically at their professional judgment. The Department of Public Health, there's no authority in the Department of Public Health to overturn that exemption. There's no place in the law that says that. Certainly they have to exercise professional judgment. There are no limitations in terms of saying that they need to, in terms of granting the medical exemption other than professional judgment. Now, that doesn't mean that if they inappropriately do it, that could be called into question, but certainly the exemption itself would still stand as long as they have their medical license. I would also point out that, let's just take for example, because there was reference made to CDC recommendations. Now, CDC does recommend a immunization schedule. In fact, most physicians, actually a vast majority of physicians would say, including pediatricians, would say that they support that schedule. Yet, oftentimes working with parents, there was actually a recent study that showed that many of them do accommodate their parents in terms of modifying that schedule because they want to try to work with the families. I think what you see is that pediatricians, I appreciate having a pediatrician here, but that we try to work with our families to help them out. But fundamentally, in the end, this bill is about protecting the public health, and that we need to, and so if a child really is at increased risk for getting a vaccine, they can get an exemption from any licensed physician in the state of California, even if they, so that is what the law says. And I think we need to be very clear what the law actually says.
We can't go back and forth, but I'd like at this time to ask people who are also in opposition to line up at the mic down there. And listen, I want to ask people to be civil. I want to ask you not to make comments or sounds or noises as we're going through this. But while we all may disagree, I think we can agree on civility. Yes, sir.
Dr. Brian Stensler, President of the California Chiropractic Association. We oppose this bill.
Julie Schiffman, representative of the Homeschool Association of California, and we strongly oppose this bill.
My name is Jason Hommel. I represent God. He strongly opposes this bill. Thou shalt not kill. Vaccines kill.
My name is Eric Milam. I'm here on behalf of Life West Chiropractic College in Hayward. Strongly oppose this bill.
My name is David Lamson. I am a chiropractic intern and represent my patients who choose freedom of choice. Thank you.
My name is Heather Kovac, and my husband is a teacher in South Lake Tahoe. We both oppose this bill. We have 2 children who will be homeschooled if it passes. Thank you.
My name is Laura Hayes. I'm the mom of 3 vaccine-injured children, 1 to the point of permanent and severe lifelong disability. I oppose this bill.
Hi, my name is Priscilla Meckel. I'm a pediatric acupuncturist, and I oppose this bill.
My name is Cynthia Maddox. I'm a registered nurse and a school nurse, and I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
My name is Michelle Ford, mother of 5 from Culver City. I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
My name is Terry Rourke. I'm a native Californian and the surviving parent of a vaccine-injured child. Here today representing over 6,000 members of the California Coalition for Vaccine Choice, closely aligned with the National Vaccine Information Center, parentalrights.org, HSLDA, and Pacific Justice Institute. We are all adamantly opposed to this bill.
Thank you very much.
Malia Walker, Roseville, California, mother of 2, former educator, and I strongly, strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
Sarah Rodriguez, Travis Air Force Base, in opposition to this bill.
Thank you, ma'am.
My name is Anne-Marie Safner. I'm from San Jose, California. I'm a mother of 3, 4, and I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you very much.
My name is Lisa Bakshi, mother of 2, public school teacher in California, representing all of the students who will be denied FAPE if this bill passes. I strongly oppose.
Thank you.
My name is Rebecca Trieber from Santa Clara, California, and I'm mother of 3 boys, and I strongly oppose your bill, SB 277. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Amber Beasley. I'm a constituent of Senator Pan. I am a mother of 2 boys who would be denied their private education, and I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Zena Pliska, Los Angeles Unified School District teacher, here on an unpaid day, member of UTLA, member of CTA. I personally very strongly oppose this bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Dana Gorman, representing myself, Campaign for Liberty with 700,000 people, strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Wendy Silvers. I represent the Million Mamas Movement. I'm a spiritual therapist and I'm a mom, and we strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you very much.
My name is Carolyn Vessel. I have a vaccine-injured child. There's evidence of harm right here. I oppose this bill.
Thank you.
My name is Tremella Clayton. I'm the mother of 6, one vaccine-injured child, and I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Hillary Talio. I'm a doctor of chiropractic and mother of 2 in Lincoln, California, and I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
My name is Anna Ofterheid. I'm from Granite Bay. On behalf of my husband, Jonathan, and myself, we oppose this bill.
Thank you very much.
My name is Grace Coda, and I oppose this bill.
Thank you.
Jordan Coda, Rockland, California, former school teacher, mother of 5. I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
Ann Austin, Cardiff by the Sea, California. I oppose this bill.
Thank you.
Shannon Hunt, Fresno, California. I have a vaccine-injured son, and my husband and I both oppose this bill.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Milton. I'm from Rancho Marietta. These are my 2 vaccine-injured children. Their doctor will not give them medical exemption. I oppose this bill. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Charlene Poderoso. I'm the president of the Student California Chiropractic Association, and I strongly oppose this unethical bill.
Thank you.
My name is Brianna Salvia from Life Chiropractic College West, and I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
My name is Cecilia Park. I'm a chiropractic student and a member of the Blair Chiropractic Society and from Los Angeles County, and oppose this bill.
Thank you.
My name is Marisa Sum, and I'm a resident of Alameda County. I'm a chiropractic student in Hayward, California, and I oppose this bill. I want to make it clear that I am not anti-vaccine.
Thank you. Thank you. Very, very much appreciated.
My name is Stacy Sanchez. I am a resident of Oakland, California, and I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you. Careful, careful.
Sorry. Aurora Wanengo from San Diego. I'm a business owner, married to a California licensed physician, and parent of 2 children with disabilities, and I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
Christina Hildebrand on behalf of the Slow and No Vax Moms, as well as the Western Aid Price Foundation, which has thousands of members throughout California, and for myself personally, opposing this bill.
Thank you.
My name is Dr. Landon Eminette, and I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you, sir.
Juliana Pierce, President, National Autism Association, California. I represent that organization and special education, and we strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
My name is Dr. Andrea Pinkerton. I'm a psychologist and a mother of 3, and I strongly oppose the bill.
Thank you.
Sylvia Pimentel, Granite Bay, California, mother of 2 vaccine-injured children and state director of the Canary Party, strongly opposed.
Thank you.
Anudil Thomas from Santa Barbara, mother of 2 who will be denied access to public or private education if this bill goes through. I oppose.
Thank you.
Anne-Marie Scolari. Hi, Annabeth. I met you last week. I oppose this unethical bill. I'm a mother of 2, and my husband also opposes this bill.
Thank you.
We are Catholic, and it goes against our religion.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lana Rappa. I am a
Can we do so,
chiropractor.
excuse me, can we, someone's going to get bonked by that thing. Can we explain, or, all right, there you go. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lana Rappa. I'm a practicing chiropractor and an adjunct professor at Life West Chiropractic College. I oppose this bill.
Thank you.
My name is Haley Rappa, and I oppose this bill.
Thank you.
My name is Cynthia Rachel with Innovative Education Management. As an independent study school, we want to stay a school of choice, not a school of last resort.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Thomas Milsarek. I'm 65. I spent the last 40 years studying how to stay healthy without doctors. I strongly support this. I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
My name is Ann Ribley. I am from Santa Barbara County. I am the mother of 2 achieving highly healthy kids in the public school system that will be denied their right to continue on.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Amy Ben, and my husband is an engineer, a high-level software engineer, and we have 2 children, and we will not be able to homeschool, but we will not easily, and we will not be vaccinating, even if you pass this bill.
Thank you.
I'm Dr. Kendall McLean-Pollins. My husband and I currently practice in Santa Barbara County. On behalf of him, my family, and hundreds of our patients, we strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you very much.
My name is Lisa Ricky, mother of 7, grandmother of 6. I oppose this bill.
Thank you.
My name is Kim Lautzenheiser. I'm a California credentialed teacher from Orangevale, California, and I very strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
My name is Amanda Tenike, public school teacher, mother of 4, and I oppose this bill.
Thank you, ma'am.
My name is Susanna Bishan, and I'm a marriage and family therapist. I have 2 children, and I will be denied access to school, and I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Eric McKillican, 20 years in private practice, father of 3, son of a polio survivor who's very healthy, and I strongly, strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you, sir.
Name is Emily McKillican. I am a student in the FCUSD school district, and I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
Nancy McKillican from Folsom, California, and I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
My name is Jessica Hall. I'm from Fair Oaks, California. I'm a public school teacher and a mother of 2, and I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
Hi, Jenny DiMaria from Santa Fe, mother of 2, one who will be denied his right to FAPE if this passes, so I am strongly, strongly opposed.
Thank you very much.
Jim DiMaria from Santa Fe, California, father of 2, 1 vaccine injured, and I am not a pharmaceutical student. I strongly oppose.
Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Laura Karowski. I'm a local Sacramentan and wellness educator. Choice is American and force is un-American. Thank you so much. I oppose this bill.
Thank you. Name, rank, serial number, please.
My name is Dr. Brian Flannery from Oakland, California. Don't take my parental rights away from me. Do not pass this bill.
You're opposed to the bill. Thank you, sir.
Hello, my name is Dylan Clements. As a future doctor of chiropractic, I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
Because it's unconstitutional.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Michelle Amaral, California resident, and I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
Ronnie Mejia, a special education employee, and I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you,
and
sir.
I stand for freedom and human rights.
Thank you.
Gina Borrego. I am mother of 4 healthy children. Please oppose this bill.
Thank you.
Rachel Moger, Auburn, California. My husband and I, Dr. Kenneth Moger, have 3 honor roll students, and we strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you, ma'am.
Michelle Stokes, business owner in Grass Valley, California. I have 2 children who will be denied their education at private school.
Hi, I'm Alma Moy. I'm from Southern California. I'm a teacher, mother of 3, and I oppose this bill.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. I'm Nicole Bass from Sacramento County, Gardasil injured adult and human being, and I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
Liz Bass, Sacramento County, mother of 2 vaccine injured children. I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you, ma'am.
Jane Honette, Pleasanton, grandmother and mother, and I strongly oppose the bill.
Thank you.
Jude Tobat, on behalf of the California Coalition for Health Choice, I'm a mother of 4, one of which will be denied FAPE under this bill.
Thank you.
I oppose.
Olivia Kinnear, mother of 2, educator on behalf of my husband, Brandon, and myself. We oppose this bill.
Thank you, ma'am.
Amy Morton Brain, credentialed teacher, California, Walnut Creek, California. I oppose.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Anya Drangetov, and I'm in Senator Pan's district, and I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
Nancy Michelli, Hercules, California, holistic health practitioner and a member of the California Coalition for Health Choice, and I adamantly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Julie. I'm the aunt of 4 vaccine-injured children. I think this bill is completely fascist, and until the carcinogen and formaldehyde is
You're
removed.
opposed to the bill. Thank you very much. Please, name, affiliation, and position.